Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel, I hope. Everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Golden Bachelorette. Chock Chapple's newest partnership proves he's made it as a social media influencer. Has he become a clout chaser? The Golden Bachelorette's Chock Chapple has become quite a social media influencer since appearing on the show, and his latest partnership is impressive. 60-year-old Chock made his television debut as one of the 24 single golden men vying for Joan Vasso's roses. 62-year-old Joan appeared on The Golden Bachelor Season 1 and then became the spin-off's first female lead. She liked Chock immediately, and he went on to win her final rose. Joan and Chock ended the season by getting engaged and left the show as a deeply committed couple. After getting engaged on The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan and Chock dove head first into the deep end of their relationship. Though neither of them moved to be with the other, they flew back and forth from Kansas to Maryland and managed to spend almost every day together. They focused on getting to know each other and trying to blend their families while building new lives in the public eye. Joan and Chock are so popular on social media, they've started collecting impressive sponsors. Before appearing in the cast of The Golden Bachelor Season 1 and The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan was a widower living in Maryland. She was married to John Vassos for 32 happy years, and they had 4 children together before he passed away in 2021 of cancer. Right before he died, he sat Joan down and made her promise she wouldn't spend the rest of her life alone. John's final gift to Joan is why she applied to be on the show, leading her to Chock. Chock's romantic history was more complicated than Joan's, but he also lost a great love. He was married to Heather Chapple for 12 years, and they had 2 children together, but they ultimately divorced. He went on to meet Catherine Gorey, and they fell in love. After a 9-year engagement, Catherine passed away in 2022. During their first solo date, Joan and Chock connected on their shared sense of loss. They understood each other on a deeper level, and it brought them together. Chock was struck by another profound loss while filming The Golden Bachelorette Season 1. His beloved mother passed away, and Chock even left the show to his mother's funeral. He tearfully bid Joan goodbye one morning, and she was devastated because it wasn't clear whether he'd be back. It was a reminder of how Joan left The Golden Bachelor Season 1 early due to a family emergency. Joan never went back to date Jerry Turner, but Chock came back for Joan, returning by the end of the episode. Before appearing as a contestant on The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Chock was a successful businessman in Wichita, Kansas. He was an insurance executive who owned his own insurance company. Though he still works at his insurance company, Chock has taken on a second career as a social media influencer. Joan and Chock have been very open about their relationship and have built large social media followings exploring the challenges of finding love again later in life. Chock currently has an impressive 80,000 followers on Instagram, and Joan has 188,000 Instagram followers. Chock has expanded his career horizons since getting engaged on the show. Before appearing on The Golden Bachelor, Joan was a private school administrator in Maryland. Unlike Chock, it doesn't seem like Joan returned to her old job. She's a public figure now, so she makes a lot of appearances. Joan has even talked about appearing on other reality shows, like Dancing with the Stars. Chock recently posted an Instagram clip of a whiskey tasting with the company keeper's heart. The clip is of a whiskey tasting is likely in Chock's cool man cave. No wonder Chock has been reluctant to leave Kansas. In addition to being near work, The Golden Bachelorette Season 1 star has a pretty sweet man cave. Chock is the perfect person to sell whiskey because he exudes an effortlessly masculine vibe. Chock's caption reads, "Looking for a truly special gift for a whiskey enthusiast. Keeper's heart is it." There has been some speculation about Chock's motivations, but he appears to be a great guy who truly loves Joan. Since getting engaged on The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan and Chock have been deeply committed to this relationship. They both want the relationship to work, even though it hasn't always been easy for them to be together. Chock seems to like being with Joan and doesn't care much about Clout. Joan and Chock are a great couple, and they have a lot of people rooting for them. Chapple may have left the Golden Bachelorette without Joan Vassos on his arm, but he didn't leave empty-handed. The charming, silver-haired suitor was once seen as the wholesome, poetry-loving underdog. Now he's got a brand deal, a dedicated fan base, and a digital empire that seems to be growing by the day. But has his rise to social media fame come at a cost? Some fans are celebrating Chock's success, applauding his newfound influence in the world of golden social media personalities. Others, however, are raising an eyebrow at his latest partnership, wondering if the once sincere Bachelor has become just another clout chaser looking to cash in on his reality TV moment. From gentleman to brand ambassador, Chock wasn't necessarily the flashiest contestant on the Golden Bachelorette, but he stood out for his old-school charm, sentimental nature, and of course, his poetic ways. He made history by introducing the franchise's first-ever hometown date in a senior living community, proving that love and life don't end after 60. After his elimination, Chock took to social media to share his journey with followers. His posts were heartfelt, often featuring reflections on aging, second chances at love, and self-discovery. But then, something shifted. His page started looking less like a diary of a golden-hearted romantic and more like, well, a brand strategy. Last week, Chock announced his biggest partnership yet, a deal with a luxury men's grooming line designed specifically for the distinguished gentleman. The company, which specializes in beard oils, hair pomades, and colognes marketed to men over 50, was quick to crown Chock their golden ambassador. The campaign features him posing in a tailored blazer, a knowing smirk on his face, a caption that reads, "Confidence isn't about age, it's about how you feel." It was polished, it was professional, and for some fans it felt a little too polished. Has Chapple changed? The debate over Chock's new influencer status ignited immediately. Some longtime fans took to the comment section to cheer him on. Chock deserves this. He's the definition of class. Let him shine. Who wouldn't want to smell like poetry and wisdom? Take my money. But others weren't so sure. Feels like he's selling out. Where's the heartful Chock we fell in love with? Didn't take long for him to turn this into a business opportunity. And then there were those who outright accused him of clout chasing. This is why Joan didn't pick Hugo. Too busy building a brand instead of a relationship. First, it was Poems. Now, it's pomade. What's next? A cologne called Golden Opportunity. Ouch! The influencer dilemma. Chock is far from the first reality star to pivot into the influencer world. In fact, it's almost expected. Many contestants from the Bachelor franchise capitalize on their 15 minutes of fame with brand partnerships, Instagram sponsorships, and even personal merchandise. But the Golden spin-off was supposed to be different, right? The Golden Bachelor and Golden Bachelorette were introduced as a franchise reset, an answer to the influencer-saturated, drama-filled world of The Bachelor proper. The Golden hopefuls were meant to be about love, not likes, and yet here we are. Chock's transformation from heartfelt contestant to social media brand ambassador raises an important question. Is the Golden franchise still immune to influencer culture? Or is this just the inevitable next step? Chock's response to the criticism. Chock, ever the gentleman, didn't ignore the backlash. In a recent Instagram Live, he'd addressed the controversy head-on. "I never set out to become an influencer," he said, sipping tea from a mug that, ironically, had his name on it. "I just wanted to share my story. And if that story inspires people, and if I can work with brands that align with my values, then I don't see anything wrong with that." He also added, "I spent most of my life working hard, taking care of my family, and building a career. Now, I'm in a place where I can explore new opportunities. If that makes me a clout chaser, then so be it." That response earned him some praise, with supporters saying he has every right to enjoy the perks of his reality TV fame. But it didn't convince everyone. What's next for Chock? Rumors are already swirling about Chock's next career move. Some speculate that he might launch his own lifestyle brand, complete with poetry-inspired greeting cards, custom collants, and maybe even a book deal. Others think he's positioning himself for a golden Bachelor comeback, perhaps as a host, or even as the next leading man. One thing's for sure. Whether you love him or side-eye his new influencer status, Chapple isn't fading into obscurity anytime soon.